It took months of fighting in court, but two customers of a pool contractor we investigated are recovering some of the funds they paid to that company.
And to make a claim to that money, the families had to prove to the Virginia Board of Contractors that the company acted in an improper or dishonest way. Investigative reporter Chris Horne shows us their ordeal. Chris?
Tom, both of those families that we covered had problems with the same pool contractor. They had to wait and pay extra money to have their projects finished, but they finally got what they wanted. Here's what the backyard looked like a year ago when we first talked to Jennifer and Liam Benincasa.
One of my original thoughts when this first happened was to fill it in and just cut our losses.
They paid Artistic Pools Unlimited nearly $35,000 on a $45,000 contract, but the work then stopped. The family had to hire a second contractor, Roberts Enterprises, to not only complete the job, but repair what had already been done. One of the key repairs was to make the bottom of the pool right.
In this case here, these guys they just lost the entire bottom of the pool. And at that stage, the only way to get that back up is, again, bringing in more money to bring up the bottom in gravel. They incurred a huge expense just in gravel to bring this bottom of the pool up. We started redoing all of the plumbing that was in play. They'd had it all piecemealed together. So we took all of that out and changed it and did it the right way.
In May, the Benincasas were awarded $20,000 from the Virginia Contractor Transaction Recovery Act Fund, the maximum allowed. Justin Roth is another former customer of Artistic Pools who called 10 on Your Side in 2021. The Department of Professional and Occupational Regulation, known as DPOR, recently found that the work done by Artistic Pools in his backyard was deficient in 13 areas. Roth also hired Roberts to come in and make the job right.
Yeah, there were quite a few things that weren't installed properly.
The second contractor provided a lot of relief. But at the end of the day, we still had to dish out more money.
Like the Benincasas, Roth was able to recover $20,000 under the Virginia Contractor Transaction Recovery Act. But that didn't cover all of his extra expenses, not to mention all the time and inconvenience. The families had to first obtain final judgment from a Virginia court in a civil suit filed against the contractor, and then have the Board of Contractors approve their claims for payment under that Virginia Contractor Transaction Recovery Act.
That was one of the hardest parts for us, is because, two of the three owners took off. So to try and get court dates, get folks in there and actually work that process was about a year.
After our initial story more than a year ago, 8 total families contacted us with their own stories about problems with Artistic Pools.
Without you doing this story, they're still in this area continuing to do the same thing. Because you did the story, it brought to light.
Now, some explanation. In order to recover from that contractor fund, a customer has to get a court judgment against the contractor. That judgment becomes the basis for the claim to the state contractor fund. State regulators then must find that the contractor was either dishonest or improper before awarding any money to a customer. According to DPOR's website, Artistic Pools Unlimited's contractor license is revoked. Chris Horne, 10 on Your Side.